All right, my stream has started. I'm going to give it a few minutes and see if anyone hops in. I dislike that there's no share button from my stream dashboard, so excuse me. Ooh, got a concurrent viewer. Is that you? Hey, it's not my wife. Hello, viewer. Gonna give it a couple minutes and see if anyone comes in. Feel free to chat me in the live chat. Unless you're on your phone, of course. You can't chat if you're on your phone, which YouTube needs to fix. For the one viewer that's watching, just to let you know what my channel is, I talk about TV and movies and anything entertainment related. And I have a couple videos up already. I just started a couple weeks ago. And like I said at the beginning of this, I'm going to be doing this every Tuesday night at 8. I'm going to talk about the news that I find. And the reason I want to do this as a live stream is because I want to talk to people who watch my channel and interact with you guys and see what you guys want to see and talk about and maybe get your feedback on the news. But let's go ahead and get started on let's get started on the first story. Love, Death, and Robots Season 2 came out. Great show. I love the first season. Where to watch the second season was great. Love anthology series. Who doesn't? They usually have great stories. Amazing Stories was one of my favorites. I remember there was one with heavy metal that was really cool. There was a heavy metal Hurlant. That's what it was. It was a French series. And then also something that completely blew me out of the water, came from complete left field, was Jupiter's Legacy. Season 1 came out a couple weeks ago. The problem with it was the trailers for me showed that it was more of a young adult kind of show, where they focused more on, in the trailer at least, in the relationship between the kids, and that the parents maybe were cleaning up their messes or something, or wiping their snotty noses or some crap. But ultimately, it turned out that most of the show was about the adults in this season, and it was pretty adult. I really enjoyed it. It was a big surprise. I enjoy being surprised. And let's move on to the next story. My one concurrent viewer dropped off. I'm sorry, person, whoever that was. You hung in there until I started talking, and then you just didn't like it. Oh well. NCIS New Orleans. It is over. Was a pretty mediocre show. Had great talent. I'm a big fan of Scott Bakula and Lucas Black. I enjoyed the first couple seasons. It just didn't keep me watching, unfortunately. I stopped watching and didn't feel like I needed to watch anymore. Part of that is probably the way they put out the series, the way they promote the series, specifically trying to keep it on television, on national broadcast, instead of focusing on streaming services or YouTube and advertising there. But NCIS New Orleans, I'll probably eventually get to that series, do a canon overview or something. Let's move on. Hocus Pocus 2. It's set to come out in 2022. Love this movie as a kid. I just really hope they don't ruin it. From what I hear, they're not rebooting it, which is, I think, a benefit, because there's probably a lot of story there to tell. The Rookie season 3 ended. Was a pretty decent season finale. Not as cliffhanger as the last season. Definitely not as cliffhanger, but still pretty good. I guess they could be on par with each other. But season 4 has already been picked up, which is good. Between season 2 and 3, they had some issues, and there was concern that it wasn't going to come back. But Nathan Fillion, man, the guy keeps picking good roles. I think this was more of a mediocre, moderate role that he chose, but I think he did it for a specific reason. I haven't heard that from him or read anything about it, but go catch up if you haven't watched it. It's a pretty good series. This one had me reeling. I'm really happy about this one. CSI, the original CSI, is coming back. CSI Vegas is what they're calling it. I really think they would have went with CSI, because that's what it is. But it comes back with some of the original cast. The Grissom, Catherine, Nick, and Warwick are great in that series. As far as I know, only Grissom and Catherine are coming back. There's one other character. I forget her name off the top of my head. But it's the first series I ever binge watched, and it's good beginning to end. I will definitely do a canon video on CSI at a minimum, the original CSI. Moving on to some really big news, especially for us Stargate and James Bond fans. Amazon is buying MGM. Well, they're trying to buy. Right now, according to sources that I have read about, none of them have come to me because I'm just a tiny little YouTube channel. But according to sources on multiple websites, they have offered $9 billion, little pinky there, $9 billion for MGM, with properties like James Bond and Stargate and countless others that have been just neglected. What else can I say? They've been neglected. Amazon, I have a feeling, is trying to buy MGM so that they have a vast back catalog so they can just start getting people writing scripts and using existing IPs. I would enjoy that. Amazon did great by Expanse. The last 2 seasons that Amazon made were phenomenal. This last season that's coming up, which is the last season, should be great. But I really hope they do the same thing with Stargate. Let the creative team take Stargate and run with it. Brad Wright, Jonathan Glassner, Joseph Malazzi, you guys rock. You need to do the next Stargate. One that kind of hits me in the feels, a show that really spoke to me as a kid, that's coming out, that they're not remaking, they're making a new version of it in different time and with different people. But The Wonder Years, they're going to follow a 60s black middle-class family in Alabama. There's a lot of opportunity there to do really good things and have some really good storylines. And then there's some opportunity to be real heavy-handed with it. We'll see where that goes. I'm really hopeful. The trailer looks really good. Dule Hill plays the father and Don Cheadle voices the child. Just like, well, not just like, but like the original Wonder Years. So, this one. Netflix has ordered 8 episodes of a spy series. Not just any spy series, a spy series starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm a little bit curious about this, but I'm also a little bit concerned that it's going to be a True Lives knockoff. Just a rehash. We'll see. I think Schwarzenegger is past his acting prime, but some people don't. Obviously Netflix doesn't. And The Simpsons, still around. They just got renewed for season 33. Big freaking surprise. It's a good show. I don't watch it too often, but it's always socially relevant and funny, hilarious usually. And Simpsons, it won't ever die. No matter how many itchy and scratchy mallets it takes to the head, it's not going to die. Scott Groening will be writing episodes from the grave. That's all I have to say. That probably hatcheted his name. Sorry, dude. Oh, this one. Oh, man. Henry Cavill has been in a lot of good stuff lately. And this next news story, he's going to be Connor McLeod in the Highlander remake. They haven't said whether it's going to be a reboot or whether it's going to be a continuation. All I have to say is please do it. Henry Cavill as Connor McLeod will be phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I love the Highlander movies and the show. A remake or continuation is fine with me. There can be only one, right? And the last story, a show that I watch regularly that I really enjoy. They do a great job of it. David Boreanaz is the lead character. Navy SEALs it's in that last half of its run, and it's getting another season already. They have already renewed it for season 4. My guess is that they have a large viewer base. There's no other reason they would renew season 4 before the season's over. The big change here is it's moving to Paramount Plus. I have a feeling that that Viacom is moving it to Paramount Plus specifically so that they can try and move viewers from network television to streaming. I don't know how that's going to work out. David Boreanaz is pretty happy about it because they have less restrictions on the types of stories and storylines they can do. I think it's positive. David Boreanaz thinks it's positive. Let's move forward. And that's the stories I got for today. Only a couple minutes here, unfortunately. Hopefully over time, this channel will grow in viewership and I'll get more viewers on Tuesday nights. The one person who's watching right now, if you want to say something, live chat's open. I'll stick around for a little bit. Heck, maybe I can go through my Feedly and see if there's any more news right now. Oh, the Eternals. Yeah, Eternals is coming out. I think it said August of 2021. November 5th, 2021. So we don't have that long to wait. I like the trailer. Lots of nice characters. I never read the comic. I know about the Eternals from reading other comics that they were featured in. I've watched some YouTube videos on explanations of the Eternals. Another Marvel Cinematic Universe. New horror series. I'm not concerned. Oh. Did they release a new trailer for Venom Let There Be Carnage? Oh, ads. Oh, these ads. Oh, no. This is the May 10th trailer. Why are you putting out a news story about this? Comes out in September, though. I already watched the trailer. Woody Harrelson is the bad guy. Well, Carnage in the comics and Carnage in the Spider-Man animated series were a little bit different, but I mean he's bad guy, but he's not the antagonist. He's an antagonist. But go watch the trailer. It's awesome. I don't want to get copyright struck on this channel right now. So old movie review. Good old Reddit asking for random stuff. Oh, this got posted. CW announces fall schedule. What did they replace? What have they replaced Supernatural with? Reboot of the 4400. I'm curious how that's gonna go. Batwoman's still going. I don't know why. And that's it. Nancy Drew, maybe. Maybe that's what they're replacing it with. I don't know. Whose Line is still around? Nothing else of note. All right. Game of Thrones spinoff that'll never probably materialize. Flash review. WWE is predictably imploding. Layoffs as features TV and digital divisions consolidate. Not surprised. Oh, Samuel E. Wright died. Apparently, he was the voice of Sebastian the Crab and was Broadway's Mufasa. HBO Max had an outage. Now I'm starting to get into my normal news. Ooh, 100. The 100 spinoff. What's this about? Long gestating spinoff of the 100 is still in the works. What's it going to spin off of? It's a prequel? I guess a prequel following what's her name? The lady who created the AI? We'll see how that goes. More CW stuff. Powerpuff Girls. those of you who are interested in it, it's been held up because they got to rewrite the whole idea behind it for some reason. Oh, they said Powerpuff Pilot came in too campy. Well, it's the CW. That's what they do. Lucifer season 5B. And another episode review. Well, that's all I got. I'm kind of tapped out. Thank you for a person who watched most of the stream, or multiple people who watched multiple during the stream one at a time. I appreciate it. We'll do this same time next week. I'm guessing it's going to last about 20 minutes each time. Feel free to watch my other videos. Like me, like this video, like the stream. Comment on it after I repost it. Subscribe if you like the content that I make. Other than that, you guys have a great rest of your night.